real quick, the way the devil attacked Job. Did you
Right.
notice that? Okay, they Job thought the attacks. So the first set of attacks are just on like his family and his items.
Mhm.
So there was fire that came down from heaven. Most people in that time are thinking fire from heaven only come from God, right? So God, the devil's acting in a way that people will blame God.
Mhm.
Almost, I feel like even like today, people natural disasters happen, and people are like, "Why would God allow that to happen?" And I'm like, maybe God didn't do it. Like the devil is called like the prince of the air. Apparently, here he has some kind of control over the weather. He hit the house with a big wind. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, of course, he doesn't have power like God does, but he has some type of angelic, supernatural power that he can
Mhm.
affect certain things in the weather, and he can work through evil men. There was a whole bunch of stuff, that happened. What was it? Like his cattle was stolen, or what was it happened?
Yeah.
His kids died. They
Mhm.
stole a whole bunch of stuff. It was just
It was a lot.
ridiculous.
And it happened like back to back. Like he did not have a
Man,
chance
it
to
was like,
breathe.
yeah, it was like literally his servants were running up to him like every 5 minutes, like, bruh, it's all gone. And he's just like, what? But his first
Mhm.
reaction is awesome. His first
Mhm.
reaction is like, well, the Lord gives and the Lord takes away.
Yeah.
But guess what? There's another test because the devil's like, the devil returns back to heaven and he's not satisfied. He's mad because
Oh
he didn't
yeah.
get Job to curse God. He's so mad. And he's like, well, he didn't curse you because he still has basically his life intact.
Mhm.
He still has his life. Things were taken away from him. Now the devil's trying to backpedal. Before
Right.
he's gonna
Like
curse
he's not
God if he doesn't have,
materialistic, but
yeah,
like,
if he doesn't
he
have
cares
anything.
about himself a lot.
Yeah. Now it's, oh well, he didn't care about that stuff. He cares about his health. Okay. God's like, okay, I'll remove a little more protection, but you can't kill him. And then he gives Job all this disease. Now this makes the suffering harder. If
Mhm.
anybody knows, when you're suffering and you're sick and you're in pain, it's a different ball game, man.
It is. Your patience
That's
is
a different ball
gone.
game. Man, what?
It's just like, can this be over? Like I don't have the energy for this.
I don't have the energy. Like he's literally sitting in it says that he was like sitting in ashes or in the dust. I think in the commentary it was like literally he's like sitting in a trash heap. Like he's just like
This
he's
is my
just,
life now.
yeah. And I mean, I'm just thinking if it was me, like if I were to get, I mean, I just think about people, even people who are chronically ill, like when you're sick and when you're in pain, you just you feel like God is nowhere to be found.
Oh
Like
yeah.
I must have did
Mhm.
something. What did I do to deserve this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It gets pretty bad.
Yeah, it gets really
Um
bad for him. I'm glad that I mean, I guess the devil didn't have anything left after that one because there was no more
yeah.
attack.
I also think though that the friends were a part of the attack
Ooh, you right. You right. You're
because
so
it's
right.
like they're the only ones in his circle that are left other than his wife. And his wife's just like, I'm done with this. I'm done with God. Like, please just curse him and die.
We're gonna
And
we're gonna talk about his wife at the end, but I feel like I mean she was going through it too though,
she was like, she lost her kids too. She
and
lost her
all at
life
once.
too. And
Yeah, she was losing it too.
in the same time, like she's there with him dealing with
Hmm.
all of this. And the crazy part is that God kept her alive for one, and like we almost take for granted the fact that she wasn't touched, and it's the fact that like it wasn't her situation. Like God didn't,
Yeah,
this conversation had nothing to do with her, but
yeah, but it
yet
still
she's
affected her
taking all of
somehow
the
though.
brunt of
That's
it
what's crazy.
too. Yeah. And then it's like we have no idea. I guess we can tell by her response to it, but like we have no idea where her faith was prior to that. We
That's
don't
true.
like we don't see her in as a player in any of the sacrifices, any of the conversation about their children's sin. We don't see her in that scenario. We only see her coming in as opposition. But
Hmm.
it's like we can't like obviously we're left to assume that either she was for God at one point or was never for God. Um and so like we have to, assume because there's not enough information about her, but it's like, man, like she was hit too. Like the friends were talking a whole bunch of smack and we'll get to that, but they're saying what they're saying, but it's not affecting them at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the wife is saying all of these things because that's honestly, I feel like what she wants to do.
Yeah.
The
She
story's not
probably
about
had
her.
already done it. She probably was
Yeah,
like,
it's
I
like,
already cursed God.
please just curse God and die, because I'm gonna continue through this while you're continuing through this. Like I can't
Yeah.
just curse God and die and get out of this. Like apparently I've tried cursing God and dying and it's not working. But like, can you just do it so this is over for the both of us?
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah. I can't even imagine watching like my husband going through something like that though too. She's just because she's confused. She's like, I don't know what's going on, but all of a sudden we don't have anything. My kids are dead. And then you covered in sores now. You sitting there scraping your sores off. I don't know what why I don't know what the purpose of the scraping off the sores was. Like it's like I just imagine somebody scratching their scabs off.
Well, like imagine if they were like boils and you have to drain them.
Oh yes, because that's why it was sharp, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't it was like a piece of broken clay
Mm-hmm.
pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Ooh, ugh, gross.
Yep.
But yeah, yeah, the attacks were really, really crazy.